Criminal trial, it's the evidence that usually leads to someone's guilt or innocence. So where does that evidence go during the trial, and what happens to it once a verdict is in?
In his special assignment report, News Channel 5's John Shaman enters the evidence vaults to show you what connected some notorious criminals to their crimes.
This is Henry Dreverman. The Port St. Lucie convicted church arsonist stabbed a detective with a pen during his 2004 interrogation.
This is an individual whose violence was escalating.
Dreverman is now serving life in prison, but his case lives on here on the second floor of the St. Lucie Clerk of the Court building in downtown Fort Pierce. There's a desecrated church cross Dreverman left behind at one of his crime scenes. Items like this are the responsibility of evidence custodian Tiffany Weil.
Do you like the job?
It's interesting.
Criminal courts manager Gail Ivey says there is 50 years of history in this space, but what's in here wouldn't be in your school kid's history book.
You have guns, knives, bats. Anything that somebody can do harm to another person is in here.
When a judge admits a piece of evidence, it becomes the responsibility of the clerk's office to take custody of it and preserve it during a trial.
You can't make mistakes. You make a mistake with a piece of evidence, it could mean someone gets out of prison for something a crime that they committed.
Perhaps the most infamous of the 889 cases here involves serial killer Gerard Schaefer, a former Martin County Sheriff's deputy who may have killed 30 women back in the 1970s. He was only convicted of killing 2. Here in the vault, chilling reminders from 2 teenagers who survived. Schaefer abducted the girls on Hutchinson Island, used this rope to tie them to this tree before he was called away by the police radio. The girls escaped. Detailed letters Schaefer wrote on committing execution-style murders are still in the files.
I think if you dwell in this, that you can become where you believe that nothing in the world is good.
Even though the Schaefer case is more than 3 decades old, all of the evidence is still here, and some of it, in fact, was used again recently.
Not long ago, investigators in Fort Lauderdale came to the vault to take a tooth from the Schaefer case, hoping to ID a body found in their jurisdiction, and there was no match. In Martin County, the evidence vault is actually that, a vault. In one corner, a bullet-riddled door from a deputy cruiser.
I also felt an impact on my cheek.
Back in 2006, now Sergeant Dale Howard was hit by an AK-47. Besides the door, there's the uniform Howard was wearing. The shooter was convicted, and Howard hopes to get that gun once all the appeals are exhausted.
3 years after the sentence is served in a criminal case, we're able to dispose of most evidence. However, in a capital case, we maintain that evidence throughout the lifetime of the individual.
One of the odder pieces of evidence is in this small refrigerator. It's a vial of milk.
The whole second floor smelled.
The milk came into play this year during the trial of Christopher Tomlinson, found guilty of killing his girlfriend's stepfather, Gerald Jensen. The pair first tried to poison him with laced milk. When that didn't work, Tomlinson stabbed Jensen to death with a sword. His body was left in a dumpster and eventually discovered at the Palm Beach County landfill.
Each piece of evidence, I think, is a part of a puzzle that goes together in order to tell a story, in order to ensure that justice is done.
It takes a special type of individual to do this cataloging. Tiffany Weil says working here has made her more vigilant as a mother because of what she comes face to face with almost every day.
It's very weird to think about. You could be shopping in a mall or whatever, and a person like this could be around the corner.
In both the Martin and St. Lucie County evidence vaults, I didn't see any money that's kept elsewhere, but I did see plenty of marijuana plants. Now, the law's changed over the years. It used to be that during drug trials, all of the drugs had to be present and available in the courtroom, so that presented quite a few storage problems. Now, the law's been changed so that only a sampling of the drugs need to be present. Still, a lot of interesting things in those evidence vaults. John Shaman, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Thank you.